Well, since October of 2019, the Georgia Bulldogs have been perfect inside Sanford Stadium. An SEC record 32 straight home wins. Today, the fourth-ranked Dogs are back between the hedges to face the Governors of Austin Peay, starting an hour early because of looming weather this afternoon. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Athens Inside the Booth alongside former Missouri All-American Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matvick. Madison Fitzpatrick will join us in just a little bit. A pretty easy 45-7 win last week for Georgia. There still seem to be some unknowns around this team, though.
They're still trying to figure out who their key contributors are. Depth is not an issue. There were 21 true freshmen that played last week, and over half of their roster first and second year. So they're going to look today as a nice little warm-up to Tennessee.
Gunnar Stockton is the show at quarterback. What did you see week one?
I thought he played really well. Like a dual threat quarterback, had 73 rushing yards on the ground. You can see here the zone read option where he pulls it, worked twice in the red zone. He's really fast and quick on his feet. They run an RPO style offense, and they want to get the ball to this guy, Zach Branch, on the edge as much as possible. I want to be able to see Gunnar Stockton sit into the pocket and just go through progressions at a high rate. That's something that the coaches said last week. He was a little bit robotic.
Well, he's going to have a different-looking O-line in front of him today. Guard Juan Gaston is out today. Right tackle Ernest Green, a game-time decision. For more on that, let's go down to Madison.
Yeah, Clay, well, I watched Ernest Green warm up. He was not warming up with the ones. We were told it was going to be a game-time decision, so it looks like he's not going to be a go. But in his place is Jaw Jackson, the 6'10", 300-pound player. And then for Juan Gaston, that's also going to be a replacement there. It's going to be Michael Weenie, the redshirt freshman, so a lot of depth and a completely new look to the right side of the O-line.
So we're going to be keeping an eye on that closely today. Austin Peay's second-year head coach is Jeff Ferris. And the Govs coming off that wire-to-wire 34-14 road win at Middle Tennessee last week. The program's second all-time win against the FBS. Georgia won the toss, and they want the football, and we're underway here in Athens. And the Dogs are going to start at the 25-yard line. All right, so here comes Gunnar Stockton and company. And starting fast on offense, a big priority coming into the 2025 season. We'll see how they get it going today.
Yeah, Gunnar Stockton only his third career start this game, and he's looking forward to starting fast, like you said, Clay. They started fast last week. They scored on the first drive. Coach Bobo, the offensive coordinator, told us in meetings this week they want to get the ball out on the perimeter to their guys in space. Super excited to see what he has to do today.
It was solid week one, 4 total touchdowns. Seemed very poised. They're going to do a little end around to Dylan Bell. He's going to do a little bit of everything in this offense this season for Georgia. And Chase Allen chases him down on the first play. It's a 3-yard pickup.
And you see Georgia right there from the first play, right? On the perimeter, a little jet sweep motion to Dylan Bell. This is something that they harped on to us all week long. They want to get Gunnar Stockton comfortable in the pocket, get some easy completions for him.
Talon Taylor, true freshman wide receiver, goes in motion. They're going to get it to him on the perimeter. Good catch and run for a first down. Taylor, he reminds some people around here of George Pickens. They are very high on that young man.
True freshman, Talon Taylor, exactly what they were talking about. Get the ball on the perimeter. There's a lot of guys that are going to play on this Georgia offense. He's one of the true freshmen that does play at receiver, 6 foot, 190 pounds. They really like him.
He picks up 9 and a first down for Georgia. As they're at the 36-yard line on their opening series. Stockton very good at improvising. He gets out of trouble and takes off. He is going to be marked down short of the 45-yard line. Kirby Smart and Mike Bobo will tell you that Stockton is actually more comfortable when he's off schedule. He gets 7. And we've got a Georgia player down in the field here.
And you see here, just leakage in the pocket. That's what we saw last week on film from the Georgia offensive line. They're massive human beings, but they have 4 inexperienced starters with 5 starts or less. They wanted to get their play action game going. They were hoping for a better start, protecting up front.
On first down, Nate Frazier into plus territory. And ball came loose, and Austin Peay has it. Nate Frazier, Dogs' #1 running back, coughs it up, and Ellis comes away with the football for Austin Peay.
You couldn't ask for a better start from Austin Peay. This is just he's got the ball carried high, and then Ellis puts the hat on the helmet. That's exactly what they teach you in defensive drills. You want to put your helmet right on the football. And boy, you can't ask for a better start right there by Miles Wiley right there.
Yeah, Miles Wiley knocked it loose. Ellis recovered it. Ellis usually wears #1, but wearing the numeral 0 this week to honor Will Hardrick, who passed away in May. And so now the Govs have it. And their first play from scrimmage after the turnover. This is complete on the outside to Javius Bond. As Chris Parson, a Mississippi State transfer, who led that historic upset last week in his first start at Austin Peay, it's the completion and a pickup of 6.
And coaches really love Chris Parson. 3rd career start, got a really quick release. He's a true passer first who can scramble when he's needed. The coaches told us this week he needs to learn how to play quarterback, face some live bullets. No bigger test than Georgia on the road.
Cortland Simmons, their #1 running back, is going to get his first carry. And he's going to be stopped short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd down and short. Quintavious Johnson, the outside linebacker, makes the stop. The defense for Georgia passed just about every test last week. Didn't face much adversity. They get a little bit now after the impactful turnover on the opening drive.
Yeah, quick possession change, 3rd and 2 right here. Look for Georgia to rush 5 pass rushers. See what they do back in.
Cortland Simmons gets the direct snap, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Quintavious Johnson and C.J. Allen, the preseason All-American linebacker, makes the stop, and it's going to be 4th down.
And you look at Quintavious Johnson right here. He's just going to break through these 2 blocks. They really like his size and speed. He's just a bull rush pass. He's unblocked right there. Exactly what they want to see.
Gavin Myers on to punt. Sophomore out of Tallahassee, and this is going to bounce into the end zone over the head of Zachariah Branch. And Georgia will have it at the 20 when we come back. Well, Georgia with its first turnover of the year on its opening possession. Nate Frazier coughs it up. It's a deep running back room. 5 running backs had carries week 1. Frazier's going to start this series on the sideline.
And Nate Frazier's their lead back. Look, I know they running back by committee, but he got 7 of the first 9 carries last week. Not what you want to be able to put the ball on the ground, but they do have a lot of depth at that running back position, Clay.
Chauncey Bowens is out on the field here to start this series. Penalty flag comes in before the snap. Jason MacArthur is our lead official today. It's an SEC crew. So Georgia broke the huddle with 12. So there's Kirby Smart, 49 years old, 7 trips to the SEC title game, 3 titles. Back-to-back national championships in 21 and 22. Can't believe he's comfortable with the way this thing has started out.
A fumble and a defensive or offensive penalty, not great.
They'll stay on the ground. That's going to be a run to the 25-yard line for Bowens. Give him 10. Davion Blackwell makes the stop. Rushing was second to last in the SEC last year, Chase, for Georgia. 124 yards per game. This team, you hear them talk about it, they are committed to fixing that, and that's what Bobo has been saying ever since the start of camp.
They're going to really lean on a run, especially with the young quarterback making his third career start, almost 250 rushing yards last weekend. Off to a good start today.
Again, he throws it outside, a little screen pass to Colby Young. And he is finally wrestled down. Colby Young, he was suspended for the last 9 games of 2024, but Georgia really has high hopes for him this year.
6'4", 215 pounds. Twitchy, fast, really good ball control up at top when he goes and gets the ball with his body. It's excellent. That's exactly what the coaches were saying. They really like him. They got a deep receiver class led by a lot of transfers too.
He gets a dozen on that catch. Leonard Humphreys comes in motion. They're going to get it to Zachariah Branch, and look at Zach go. That's going to be a first down for the USC transfer. He's into plus territory. Trevor Hardy gets him to the sideline. That's a pickup of 17.
This is their deep play threat. Zach Branch play. He does it all for him. He's in the slot. He moves around. He's the pre-snap motion guy, but he's electric with the ball in his hands. Last week had a touchdown, 95 yards receiving. He is their true number 1 guy.
Took a 47-yard swing pass for a touchdown. They just brag about his explosiveness after the catch. We saw it there. Here's Stockton now, plenty of time, now running out of it. Steps out of the pocket. This is where he's at his best. And he'll just amble over to the sideline and pick up a handful. That's a gain of 2 for Stockton.
This is what coaches were talking about. More comfortable in the pocket, robotic. He had a guy open, London Humphreys down here at the bottom of the screen. There's some guys, there was a little bit of pressure. Jaw Jackson gave it up, but he's able to get out of these pressures. That's what the coaches love about him, but he had a guy open. This is what I want to see out of him. Go through your progressions. Get to the next reads.
Oscar Delp, the tight end in there on 2nd down and 8. It is caught. Noah Thomas, another transfer. 6'5", led Texas A&M with 39 catches and 8 touchdowns last year. He makes it 3rd down and manageable after that gain of 6 yards.
3rd down right here. You're in field goal range, 3rd and 2. This is easily 2-down territory. You're right in the fringe. We want to look forward. I would expect a run here. They're under center. Usually when they are, it's a trick play or it's a run.
That's the first catch of the year for Noah Thomas. And now they go back to the ground trying to convert on 3rd down. Chauncey Bowen stood up at a good second effort. 5'11", 225 pounds. And he gets 4, and they'll move the sticks.
Really nice job there. Chauncey Bowens. In the red zone last week, Clay, they were 4 for 4, creeping in on it right now. This is a much better drive. You saw a lot of different run games on this drive, a lot of different techniques, some throws out onto the perimeter to get our guy, Gunnar Stockton, nice and calm.
Dwight Phillips deep in the backfield. Ethan Barbour, the tight end, lined up as a fullback here. And the speedy Phillips cuts back, gets to the outside. He has world-class speed. Run out near the 10-yard line. Dwight Phillips, 23 yards and a first down.
See Dwight Phillips here starting to the right. Great vision by Dwight Phillips, who ran a really fast 100-yard dash, put the ball on the outside hand, was able to get to the sideline. They love his breakaway speed. His father, Dwight Sr., Olympic long jump gold medal. He ran a 10.43 in the 100-meter dash.
Yeah, Dwight Phillips out of Mableton, Georgia. Electric. And now this is Bowens again, and he is going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Bowens as Montrez Smith, the weak side linebacker, shoots in. Just so many good running backs, so many receivers that we're going to be talking about today for Georgia. They are just really deep at the skill positions.
The depth is insane. Heavy dose of Chauncey Bowens and Dwight Phillips here.
Bowens again picking his way. Had a good lead block, and he gets inside the 5-yard line. Drew Bobo, big center, son of offensive coordinator Mike Bobo, leading the way on that play.
2 downs to get this, Clay. 3rd and goal from the 2. The size inside, the interior 3, right? Drew Bobo leading it. Just run it right up the middle for us, guys. These 2 tight ends over here. Got 5 to the left.
And it's Bowens going in for the touchdown. First touchdown of the year for Chauncey Bowens. And on the 10th play of the drive, Georgia gets in for the first score.
Just an awesome job right there by Chauncey Bowens. They put 5 guys to the left side of the field and decided to run Chauncey Bowens on an inside zone to the right. Everyone was looking left. Let's run right. I mean, that, Clay, that would work in Little League football for my kids' game.
And, of course, you're the head coach. Everybody knows that. Here's Peyton Woodring coming on for the PAT. Preseason All-American. He has been perfect on PAT so far this year. 10 plays, 80 yards in 5:16, and it's 7-0 Georgia.
Dwight Phillips cutting back right here. World-class speed. 10-4-3. Almost does it. And then Chauncey Bowens puts it in the end zone for the first dog score.
Well, Chauncey Bowens scores the touchdown. That's the good news for Georgia, but the bad news is the offensive line takes another hit. And for more on that, let's go down to Madison.
Thanks, Clay. Yeah, open. He limped off the field. Right now he's in the injury tent. Looks like they're working on his left ankle. Dated.
All right, Madison, thank you very much. So Jah Jackson now injured. As the dominoes continue to fall up front, Austin Peay will begin this series at the 25-yard line. The offensive line, Juan Gaston out today, injured ankle. Ernest Green dealing with a back injury. And now Jah Jackson, who is 6'10", 348 pounds, a guy they are really excited about. Obviously a little raw, has only been really playing organized football in the last few years, but his upside is incredible, and now he's in.
Yeah, not a great start for Georgia, right? Last week you get those 2 guys injured, and then this week Jah Jackson's in the tent. A lot of inexperienced up front, probably their most inexperienced group.
Parson going to flip it out short to Nate Garnett. He is more of a deep threat, but he picks up 6 yards on first down here as KJ Bolden makes the stop for Georgia.
And head coach Jeff Ferris told us this was the exact game plan. We have to get them on the outside, and them being our receivers and tight ends and running backs. We can't just imagine us running right up the middle. We got to get on the outside. We got to use different shifts and motions. A good start there on first down.
Cortland Simmons in the backfield with Parson, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, and Parson can run, tries to do it here, and he's not going to get much, maybe a yard for Parson, who played in 6 games the last 2 seasons at Mississippi State, including a start his true freshman year against Texas A&M on the road, but still very green. He has not played a lot of college football.
Yeah, he's not. It's his 3rd career start. Coaches love him, though. Coaches love his NFL-style arm, is what they said. He can run around if needed. 3rd down right here for Georgia. It's loud. Stay in coverage.
3rd and a handful. Parson is going to be sacked. Chris Cole, the 2nd-year linebacker, expected to have a big year, drops Parson for a loss of 8, and Austin Peay will have to punt.
And Chris Cole, on the right of your screen, is able to come right off the edge. They pressure him. He can play everywhere. Off the ball, on the ball, just runs right around Austin Peay's left tackle. No chance at all for Chris Parson. They are sky high excited about Chris Cole, a true sophomore, had 5 tackles last week, already with a sack right now.
Last week, Georgia held Marshall to 20% on 3rd down. So far, perfect. As Gavin Myers comes out to punt for the 2nd time. And you got to be careful kicking it to Zach Branch. Was an All-American return man 2 years ago at USC. He gets hit hard as he steps across the 40. Stockton back on the field with Georgia's offense next. Well, this was John Jackson on the sideline moments ago trying to get ready to go back into the football game. He is not going to come out for the start of this series. The 6'10", 348-pound offensive lineman. He's on the sideline right now hanging out with Ernest Green, who is dealing with his own health issues. We can tell you this, though. Nate Frazier back in the ball game for Georgia. He fumbled on the opening series for the Dogs. Here's Gunnar Stockton. Looking downfield, he's going to come short to Nate Frazier. And that's a sign of confidence from Mike Bobo to Frazier, saying, we're going to get it back in your hands as soon as possible. That catch picks up about 6.
When I threw an interception as a quarterback, or I fumbled as a quarterback, I wanted the ball in my hands the very next play. I'm sure Nate Frazier sat down, got his head beneath him, and said, hey, you know what? It's a short part of the game. This game is long. Let's move on.
4 wide receivers for Gunnar Stockton, who was 6 for 6 throwing the football so far today. Again, throws it out to Frazier, and look at him go. First down and more. Stopped just short of the 40 of Austin Peay. Frazier, very good receiver, too. Led Georgia in rushing last year, but he can do a bit of this.
His defensive end almost gets his hands on him, but I want you to watch the perimeter and the blocking from the tight ends. Both Oscar Delp and Lawson Lucky, they're first and second tight ends on the depth chart. That's what they need if they're going to get the ball on the perimeter.
Ten plays, 80 yards, and a touchdown on the last drive for Georgia. Back into Austin Peay territory. It's Frazier again. As Davion Hood cuts him down, a pickup of about 4.
Just a heavy dose play of the run game early. Exactly what Mike Bobo, the offensive coordinator for Georgia, told us. Hey, we need to get this run game going. We want to see what Gunnar Stockton can do in the pocket. But a heavy dose just outmanned Austin Peay team right now.
2 tight ends to the near side. Stockton throws it to the right, and it's Talon Taylor. Wide open on that far sideline, and the rookie brings another one in for a gain of 19 and a first down.
Really good job right here by Gunnar Stockton. This is an RPO. You're able to throw it in the flat on the wheel route to Talon Taylor right there. True freshman. We've talked about him twice. The concerted effort early in this game to get him the football on the perimeter. This play action game looks good. This run game looks good. In the red zone again, they're a perfect 5 for 5 this season, Clay.
Saw Kirby Smart coaching up the freshman. There's so many rookies on this roster. Good juke move by Zach Branch. And eventually Davion Hood tracks him down for a loss of 1. This is a Austin Peay defense last week looked really good. Kept Middle Tennessee to 153 yards total offense. But Georgia already near that mark at 151 today.
A little bit different competition right here. And this defense loves to play too high safety look. That's why Georgia Bulldogs thought they could get going early with the run game.
Stockton to the flat again. Jacoby White-Helton makes the catch. And the ability to make plays after catching the football for these wide receivers has been extraordinary so far. Second-year wideout. White-Helton out of Cartersville, Georgia. Give him 7. Going with a little tempo now here ahead of third down.
Looking over to the sideline. I like letting the quarter run out here. They're trying to get him to jump. I don't think they're going to run a play right here. Get the right play call.
So Georgia did not have a good start on offense today with a fumble on their first drive, but they have a 7-0 lead after the first 15 minutes. A red zone third down coming up for the Bulldogs out of that quarter timeout. Last week, Georgia lacked execution on third down chase, 6 for 16. So far, 2 for 2 today.
Yeah, and in the red zone, no bigger down than third down in the red zone. Last week, Gunnar Stockton had 2 rushing touchdowns in the red zone. Look for him to be a threat here with his legs, especially with Austin Peay playing this too high safety look. They'll probably start with a pass, but he could scramble.
Cash Jones, their fifth-year senior and third down specialist, to the right of the quarterback, Stockton. And they're going to throw it to Jones. He makes the catch and spun down right around the 6-yard line. The redshirt senior out of Brock, Texas. So good in that situation. Also a key guy on special teams. So first down and goal to go.
Cass Jones, a fifth-year senior out of Brock High School in Texas. He is their third down back. He's the guy they trust in protections and out of the backfield. Gunnar Stockton in the position meeting with us said, hey, we really trust him out of the backfield. Just a nice little pitch and catch right there for a first down.
2 tight ends, Delp and Lucky. Inside handoff, and that is Nate Frazier again. Preseason third-team All-SEC of Compton, California. Split time with Trevor Etienne last year. Of course, now he's with the Carolina Panthers. Let's see if they give it to him here. And try to get his confidence back up after the way this game started.
Would love to just see him get a touchdown after the early fumble because he is their lead back. Get the confidence up.
Barbour, the tight end, out there in motion, and it is Frazier taking it in for the touchdown. Kind of hear the sigh of relief from him all the way up here.
You love to see it. Just a nice inside zone, a good cut to fall into the end zone. This big offensive line, it's just inside zone. Find a hole, put your head down. You're 5'10", 205 pounds. Love to see that. That's a confidence builder, not only for this game, but going into the gauntlet of SEC teams they have to play coming up.
And Peyton Woodring coming on for the extra point. Not sure what the holdup is down there.
Seeing if they scored possibly. Did the ball get across the end line? From our point of view, it was hard to tell.
Here's another look.
They're looking to see if this left knee is down before the ball crosses the inline. So knee down, pause it right there. It looks like his right elbow is across.
Yeah, they're going to review it at further length. A replay official is Brian Beckering. And just has to break the plane. From that angle, it's really hard to tell, and it's going to be hard to overturn it if that's the best angle they have.
It was called a touchdown on the field. Can't really see them overturning this. Obviously, you're looking at two things. One, is the ball over the plane of the end zone? And then when is that knee down? When that knee is down, it sure looks like everyone up here in the booth saying, hey, it looks like a touchdown. Hey, and guess what? If it's not, you're going to get back in the same formation, and you're going to run the same play again, and then we're going to score. So once again, looking at the right knee, which is down now, and that right elbow, and the ball looks like it breaks the plane.
Touchdown.
And no longer do we hear stands or confirmed. They made it a lot easier on us this year. It's just upheld or overturned, and that one was upheld, of course.
It's nice. It's good. Kirby Smart right there talking to his young lead running back. Hey, man, we knew you were going to get another carry.
And the extra point from Woodring is good. 9 plays, 56 yards. Get a pretty long drive, almost 5 minutes. And it's 14-0 Georgia. Georgia 51-4 at home under Kirby Smart, and 3 of those losses came in 2016, his first season. Pretty much unbeatable at home under his leadership, and of course 32 straight home wins. That's an SEC record. Leading 14-0 early in the second quarter. And Woodring puts it back in the air. And it's going to be fair caught in the end zone. Chris Cole had that big sack on that last Austin Peay series. The linebacker going to have a big year. And for more on him, let's go down to Madison.
You know, guys, Chris Cole is all about giving back to his hometown community of Salem, Virginia, where he's from. This past summer, he made a few visits. The first to his old elementary school, East Salem, where he visited his old teachers, posed for pictures, and joined in on a class and read to the students. And the second was to host this football camp, his own football camp called the Chris Cole Football Camp, where he put dozens of young players through drills and shared his journey to try and inspire them to dream big like he did. And I love it. Defensive coordinator Coach Schumann said he's as good of a human being as you can find, and he's focused more on other people than himself, so a pretty selfless teammate on and off the field.
Yeah, everybody likes him around here, that's for sure. That's a completion on first down, paying the price from DeMello Jones. After that 13-yard catch, Kamari Maxwell. Good catch and run, but boy, did he get hit hard.
And Raylan Wilson almost picks that off, but DeMello Jones comes in. Actually, this Ja'Cory Thomas right there comes in from nowhere and just puts a beat down on him.
A screen to the near side. That's caught by Nate Garnett, his second catch today. And he'll get about 5. Garnett, they would like to take some shots with him at some point. He's their best deep threat.
Yeah, 5'8", 165 pounds. Ton of speed, shots down the field, and they want to get him involved in this run game with these jet sweeps and these little nice dump offs in the side. And you saw what he was able to do there, get 6 or 7 yards on a little screen. Shifty for sure.
And for Austin Peay to stay in this game, they're going to have some explosives. Carson is 4 for 4 throwing, wants to throw again here on 2nd and 4. Rolling out to his right, it is caught, and the tight end is going to be dumped. That's Jay Skoglund. And did he get it? Yeah, got enough for the first down. A gain of 4. And they'll move the chains as Austin Peay is trying to sustain a drive for the first time today.
Good start there for Austin Peay. And look at these guys running on and off the field. This is exactly what Coach Schumann, the defensive coordinator, told us. We are going to play a ton of guys. Last week versus Marshall, defensively, only 2 guys played more than 30 snaps.
Parson unloads. Good coverage downfield. What a catch. Kamari Maxwell again, the true freshman from Savannah. A gain of 26, biggest play of the day for the Govs.
What a great throw right here from Chris Parson. And Kamari Maxwell just goes up and over number 15, DeMello Jones. Talk about playing above the rim.
And now a loss. Cortland Simmons brought down by Elijah Griffin, the top D lineman in the country last year, coming out of Savannah Christian Prep.
Just a wrecking ball right here on your screen, just going to absolutely annihilate. Then no one's going to block him. How do you not block the top defensive recruit in the nation? Now we're going back right here. You got to stay on track versus this Georgia defense if you're Austin Peay. Give me a 3rd and manageable. You're in field goal range. Do not take any more sacks or negative plays on your best drive of the game.
Here comes the crowd, really loud for the first time today. Parson over the middle. Bobbled and hauled in. And around the 30-yard line, that catch made by Shamar Kirk. His first reception today, but no gain on the play. So it's 3rd down.
And if this throws in front of him, he continues to run. I'm going to go back to what I said last play. You're in field goal range. Right now, a field goal is 46, 47 yards. No sacks. This is a really big play for some confidence in the game if you're Austin Peay. And if you're Georgia, you want these negative plays. You got to rush the passer. You had success blitzing him last series. Do they do it again?
Javius Bond is in the backfield with Parson. He's the transfer from East Carolina, their best offensive weapon. He gets it, and he's going to be stacked up. Georgia was ready for him. He'll get 3 or 4, but 4th down and 10 coming up. And the field goal unit will come out for Austin Peay.
And I'm okay with that call right there, Clay. It's 3rd and forever. You got a ferocious Georgia defense. You have points in the bag. If he makes this field goal, just run it. Try to get a stop on defense. First points of the game coming up here.
Javius Bond, by the way, a guy that they're going to use on both sides of the ball today for Austin Peay. This is a 44-yard attempt for Carson Smith. He was 2 for 2 on field goal attempts last week against Middle Tennessee. He has a strong leg, and that one is good. 44-yard three-pointer, and look at Jeff Ferris. He's fired up as the Govs are on the board. On campus having some fun with Georgia, and Kirby Smart was very complimentary of Eli's comedic chops and didn't give himself much credit for being a comedian when they asked him to do a little bit too, but he did say Nick Saban is a rising comedian in this country.
Well, I mean, when we talked to Kirby Smart too in the production meeting, he was not that funny with us. Like he's got
all business.
He's all business. His demeanor is excellent. I mean, 10th season, right? Here at Georgia, unbelievable record of 106 and 19 play. How about that?
Couple of national titles, and his quarterback today, 10 for 10. Chris Parson, as it happens for Austin Peay, 7 for 7. Now, Gunner, they want to see some improvement in the play action shot plays and overall comfort in the pocket. He's checked it down a lot, but with that said, he's 10 for 10 so far. On 1st down, play action here, has some time, looking to throw deep, but it's a wobbler, and there's the first incompletion. So we jinxed him. 2nd down.
At least he's taking the shot down the field. You're going to see 14 right here, the pressure coming off. Good job right there, and then number 18, Marcus Howard, hits Gunner Stockton on the late loop. Gunner had Zachariah Branch streaking across the middle of the field. Would have taken a nice throw. This is what they want to see. Can you stay in the pocket? I know stuff's not always clean.
So Austin Peay with a little momentum after the field goal. And now trying to get Georgia off schedule a bit. It's a good run for Frazier. And it'll be 3rd down and 6 coming up as we go to Madison.
Well, one of the best things about the Gunner Stockton story is that he's been waiting his turn, but preparing like he was a starter from day one. Tight end Oscar Delp told me earlier this week, you won't find a single guy on this team that does not like him, that has one negative thing to say about him. And he said even when he was freshman and he wasn't a starter, he would play video games. He would play Madden in his bedroom, making reads, running through the plays, and preparing like he was a starter from day one.
So using video games as a game prep tool, I like it. On 3rd down, pumps. Now flushed out to the left, still looking downfield, trying to improvise with his feet, and he's chased to the sideline, well short of the line to gain, and it's 4th down. Andrew Chamblee, the weak side linebacker, with a nice play to get Austin Peay off the field.
Gunner looking to his right, not open. They bring pressure off the edge, and you're going to see London Humphrey on the bottom of your screen. You can't see it, but he's streaking wide open down the sideline. Gunner is a runner. You have to keep your eyes downfield. You got to become a passer when you break outside of the box of play. Just a miss right there. He was open.
Well, Brett Thorson is back, the Australian. Preseason All-American. As a game-time decision, obviously good to go. That's his first punt of the year. Had an ACL suffered in the SEC title game last year. Dogs fans glad to see Thorson back. SEC football continues tonight. South Carolina State and South Carolina on SEC Network Plus at 7. A little bit later, Louisiana Tech and number 3 LSU. And on the SEC Network, ULM and Alabama at 7:45. Georgia ranked number 4, right behind LSU after that big win for the Bayou Bengals at Clemson last week. So Austin Peay with the football back after the Georgia 3-and-out. Stopped just short of the 30. That was Scoglin.
And this is exactly what we talked about. Pressure off the edge, and you're going to pause it right here. You're going to see London Humphrey right there. Go open. Gunner has to keep his eyes down the field, throw it to him. He was still behind the line of scrimmage. Would have had an easy first down instead of 3-and-out, and a little momentum right here, Clay, for Austin Peay.
Have 18 players from the state of Georgia. Outside of Tennessee, this is their most fertile recruiting ground, so a lot of guys happy to be playing here in Athens. There's another completion for Parson. Kamari Maxwell makes the catch. And Parson hasn't thrown an incompletion yet. That's a gain of 3, 3rd down and short.
Parsons looks excellent here today so far, Clay. On the road, hostile environment, 3rd career start. He's holding his ears right here because he can't hear. The crowd is so loud here at Georgia Stadium. 3rd and short. This is a huge, huge down for the Governors. And then same with Georgia's defense, right? You haven't had an incompletion. You haven't forced one. Get one right here.
2 tight ends to the near side. Jaden Robinson caught a touchdown last week against Middle Tennessee. Went in motion. They're going to run it. And it looks like they may have it up for the first down. Indeed, they will move the chains. Just hoping to win some battles up front. The Governors get enough for the first down there.
And head coach Jeff Ferris told us, hey, finish all week. Finish the play. Finish the drive. Finish the game. 14-3 right here. Any type of points while running the clock right here would be really great for Austin Peay.
Tipped. Intercepted by Georgia. Ellis Robinson has it. Robinson, redshirt freshman corner. Number 1 recruit here a couple of years ago for the Bulldogs, with the first takeaway of the year for Georgia.
I was just about to say that right here. Chris Parson throws a little bit hard and high for Kamari Maxwell, and then Ellis Robinson comes in, tips and overthrows. You got to get those. Diving catch. Looks like he controls it through the ground. Ellis Robinson was the number 1 recruit in the entire 2024 class, and this is my favorite thing that they do. A savage. Put those shoulder pads on, young man. First turnover of the year. Gotta love it.
Now Gunnar Stockton in this offense gifted great field position at the 39 of Austin Peay. Chauncey Bowens in the backfield. Branch runs in motion. And it is Bowens popping to the outside. He'll get a few. He had 6 carries, couple of catches last week. He's already got a touchdown in this ball game. The staff very pleased with his improvement from 2024.
And there's about 7 different running backs that you could say that for. And when we talked to Kirby Smart, he said, we're going to play a lot of guys on offense and defense. We're a running back by committee approach. Nate Frazier is our lead back. But love the way they're starting to run the ball, up to 83 yards rushing in this first half.
Stockton pitches it. This is Dwight Phillips Jr. That's going to be enough for a first down.
And the good thing, Clay, about running this running back committee out there week in and week out, day in and day out in practice, right? You're not overloading them with carries, so they're always fresh. That's exactly what Mike Bobo, the offensive coordinator, told us. That, hey, guys, we have 5, 6, 7, 8 carries here and there. That's exactly what we want to do. Keep our guys fresh.
First down and 10. And that one to the sideline for Dylan Bell. again, that
ball gets tipped.
I think it did.
At the line of scrimmage, Gunnar Stockton has a double screen on, so that's not his first progression. He's supposed to pump left. He has a guy streaking down the sideline one-on-one. He thought he was hot. Davion Hood was the one who got the hand on it, but he thought he was hot. You got to just trust your protection there and stay in there and throw the ball deep.
So that's a loss of 6. Second down and 15. And Branch is blown up. Ball comes loose. They're going to mark it down. Boy, Jacob Neely, who had a sack last week in the win over Middle Tennessee, came in and just leveled Branch for a loss of 5. This is going in the wrong direction for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and for how much good stuff they've done on a couple drives, other than the turnover, the perimeter blocking is not great right there at all by Dylan Bell. You got to win the point of attack. You got to be more physical. And for Austin Peay, if they can hold them here, you're out of field goal range. You got to feel good about getting the ball back here on 3rd and 21. Got to get about to the 35, 32-yard line for a field goal.
Here comes pressure off the corners, and it's incomplete. Stockton had to hurry. Kendall Ball was breathing down his neck. So was Davion Hood. And it's 4th down.
They're heating them up. 6 guys across the line of scrimmage. You have 5 offensive linemen, and they're going to end up just pressuring off Gunner's left side. They got too many guys there. The protection plan hasn't been there today. Really impressed with the pressure package that Austin Peay has saw Marshall had success with last week against Georgia, and they're trying to do the exact same thing this week where the protection has been really leaky at times.
Second punt for Thorson, end over end. He's going to try and drop it inside the 5 and does. And is caught by Jones at the 4-yard line. There's a penalty marker on the field.
The sideline warning against Austin Peay. There's no penalty, just a warning.
So a sideline warning on Austin Peay. So Georgia, you know, in all, looked pretty good against Marshall last week, winning 45-7. So far today, though, kind of slopping around with Austin Peay out of the FCS. You look at the next 4 games, it's going to get significantly tougher. They have to go to Knoxville, then they have a bye, and they take on Alabama the next week.
Yeah, I mean, look, the schedule doesn't get any easier. At Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, at Auburn, Ole Miss, Florida, all these teams you're seeing, they're SEC competition. You're struggling a little bit against Marshall, didn't play where you wanted to offensively, and then Austin Peay right here is in it. But yeah, not a great showing so far by the Dogs.
Corey Richardson, the running back for Austin Peay, sophomore out of Fayetteville, Georgia. One of the 18 Georgia natives gets it to the 11-yard line. And that'll give the Governors some breathing room, an 8-yard pickup.
And if you're Austin Peay right here, use the clock to your advantage. There's 2:40 and change left to play in the first half. If you could tell me that you go down 14-3 at halftime right now, I love that. Hold the ball. Don't give up a big play offensively or defensively. Just settle in, get the first down, let the clock run.
Quinn Billerman, the offensive coordinator. And this is going to be a run for Parson. He looked to the outside. Nothing was there. Tucks and runs. Raylan Wilson brings him down, but it's going to be a first down for Austin Peay.
Good job.
They are getting close to the 2-minute timeout.
Good job by Chris, just staying calm. The guy wasn't open to the right. Take off and run. We saw him do that last week against Middle Tennessee State. Use the clock. 2-minute timeout. Love it.
The 2-minute timeout. The 2-minute timeout.
(14-3) with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Georgia, a couple of touchdown drives, but they also have fumbled, and they've had a 3-and-out. They've had to punt twice overall. Kirby is not happy with this offense. This was moments ago talking to Gunnar Stockton. He's trying to coach him up with that iPad.
I think what he's probably trying to tell him is, hey, trust your pocket, trust your feet. There's guys open downfield. We want to take these downfield shots. Let's just settle in.
First Parson at Austin Peay. Out of that timeout, they are complete to Shamar Kirk. And he angles toward the sideline on first down. That's a gain of 9. A flag comes in at the end of the play. There's a chance for Austin Peay to get some more points on the board ahead of half and really make it uncomfortable on the Dogs. And this is a holding call against the Governors.
Holding, number 81, offense. Half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
And you're going to see on this play right here, 81 with the hold. I don't know about that, Clay. That. Oh, man. Holding number 7, 89 too. Rough penalty, though, moved you back. You were going in front of the chains. Backed up here. Exactly what we said, Clay. Don't make the big mistake. If you're Austin Peay, if you're Georgia's defense, get another turnover. You've already had one this game after none against Marshall.
Richardson hands off. And bursting up through the middle, Corey Richardson. C.J. Allen makes the stop.
First time we've called his name today, Clay. C.J. Allen, best linebacker in the country. Got Roquan Smith vibes. And then there's Kirby coaching him up. Coach Ferris doesn't agree with that holding call.
First head coaching job for Jeff Ferris. 34 years old, out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Former Duke defensive back. Spent 10 years as an assistant at Duke before going to UCLA for a couple. And his team has been playing really well here at the start of the young season. Well, these are our next women's volleyball matches on the SEC network. Number 23, Georgia Tech taking on Tennessee at the Food City Center in Knoxville. 6:30 Eastern on Tuesday. And Wednesday night, Oklahoma hosts Florida State at the McCaslin Fieldhouse at 7 Eastern. Madison Fitzpatrick, she was a star beach volleyball player at Florida State. And today's her first college football game. We welcome her to the company. Out of that timeout, 2nd down and 12. Parson scrambling to the right, being chased, and he's going to run out of bounds. Madison, we are so glad to have you along, and we know you had a great volleyball career, but we know broadcasting is also going to be special for you.
I mean, absolutely. It itches the competitive drive that sports itched for me. And volleyball is amazing. It is booming. The ceiling is just glass for volleyball. Georgia Tech versus Tennessee is going to be a great one. Georgia Tech is 5-1. They beat 17 Purdue this week. It's going to be a hype atmosphere for the SEC ACC showdown. FSU versus Oklahoma, you don't want to miss it as well. Both of those teams could be top in the country.
Talk about a hype atmosphere. The Dog fans are on their feet. Oh, and they call a timeout. Austin Peay does.
Timeout. Austin Peay. That's their first timeout of the half.
Austin Peay, 2 timeouts remaining. 1:43 to go here in this half. Boy, Jeff Ferris, when we talked to him this week, a very exciting young head coach.
He was great. He's 34 years old. You know, the one thing that he told us in our meetings was, hey, in college football today, especially at Austin Peay, it's a race for togetherness, and that just makes so much sense with the transfer portal and all these new players that they have. But he's 34. He's 4 years younger than me, Clay. I feel like I'm pretty young, like a young spry chicken. He looked young. He looked like he was sleeping. First year, really impressed by him, though, as a coach.
They compete in the United Athletic Conference, 2nd year of that league after the ASUN and WAC merged. Cortland Simmons, he's in the backfield here on 3rd down and 5. Parson drops back, looks right, and now looking for an escape lane, and he is going to be hit at the 15 and dumped. 4th down. C.J. Allen, the preseason All-American, Georgia's top returning tackler, comes in for a big play and a much-needed time, and a timeout called by the Bulldogs.
C.J. Allen, one of the best linebackers in the country right here. He's hunting up. Chris Parson, just watch. He sees left to right. He moves. He just follows the quarterback. The pocket collapses, and you're not going to outrun him, Chris Parson, to the sideline. Like I was saying earlier, Roquan Smith vibes. I played with Roquan in Chicago, one of the best linebackers in Georgia history. This cat, C.J. Allen, has a chance to be just as good.
Well, Gavin Myers coming on to punt. Zach Branch back to return, standing at Georgia's 44-yard line. Chance for Georgia to do something positive here ahead of the halftime break. Short end-over-end kick. It's going to bounce and check up and around the 45-yard line. So good field position. 1:27 left for Georgia and one timeout.
One timeout's plenty. Gunnar Stockton. This is the drop back stuff that you've been needing to work on, but I want to go back to Austin Peay on offense. That last series, they ran out of bounds twice, Clay. They did not force Georgia to use their timeouts, and exactly what I was talking about earlier in the game. You now give Georgia a chance to run down and score and make it 21-3 at halftime. This is a big drive for Gunnar, not only because you want to be up, right, but for his growth. Can he see it well? They didn't do well in the 2-minute last week at all.
Stockton 12 of 14, 84 yards through the air. Look at her throw here. And again, checks it down to Cash Jones. Makes a man miss. Gets inside the 40 of Austin Peay. And it's a gain of 18 as Georgia hustles up to the line.
Nice check down. They're in too high safety look. Nothing's open. Get it to your back. Cash Jones on the check down.
Look at her throw again. Again comes underneath to Jones. A stiff arm, and he'll slide inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Stockton is playing it very conservative, but they're getting chunk plays. That's a gain of 9.
Plenty of time. Don't be in a hurry right here.
Low snap. Stockton recovers, throws to the sideline, and that is caught by Colby Young. First down.
Now you can catch your breath right here if you're Georgia. Just an out route, stopping the clock by Colby Young. Gets both feet in. That'd be good in the NFL. Nice little toe tap before he goes out of bounds. And if I'm Georgia and I'm facing this too high look, especially down here in the red zone, you have to attack the middle of the field. That's where Gunnar has struggled this year, and even going back to his Notre Dame game, attacking the middle of the field. He's more of a check it down, outside the numbers guy.
53 seconds to go before halftime. Georgia has a timeout. Again, they'll go to the sideline, and it's caught by Noah Thomas. And again, it'll stop the clock. A 7-yard pickup, second down.
Everything's open in the playbook right here. 49 seconds left. You still have a timeout. You can run it. In fact, I would want you to run it here to make Austin Peay feel like they cannot get a chance if they get the ball back in this first half to go down and score.
This is where Gunnar Stockton is his most dangerous and, in fact, his most comfortable. He's going to send 2 receivers to either side. And his dependable fifth-year senior Cash Jones is on his left hip. And it will be Jones inside being locked up. Little or no gain. And Georgia wants to use its last timeout.
Timeout. Georgia. That's their final timeout of the half.
So Georgia out of timeouts, 41 seconds to go in the half as the Bulldogs trying to rinse an uncomfortable taste out of their mouth here ahead of halftime.
You're going to see Trevor Hardy, the safety, just come up right here and fill the gap on Cash Jones. Really nice work there by Austin Peay. Now, if they could hold him to a field goal, that'd be great. But if you're the Georgia Dogs, right, I might be thinking 2 downs here. You got plenty of time. No rush. 2 passes. 3rd and 4. This is where, you said it, Clay. I want to give you credit. Gunnar Stockton's legs come alive.
Yeah.
2 rushing touchdowns last week in the red zone. We've said it. But this is where he loves it. Windows are tighter. Throws are more difficult down here in the red zone. Be interested to see what they call here.
Stockton ran for 73 yards last week. He has run for 10 on 3 carries today. They've been throwing it a little bit more with him. It's just nothing deep downfield. Everything's been pretty safe. Now see what they devise here on the 3rd and 3 out of the timeout. They can pick up a first down at the 3. Stockton looking to the 1-yard line. It is caught, and that will be a first down. Zach Branch quickly making a name for himself in Athens. First down and goal to go. And Georgia out of timeouts.
Spiking the ball here. Oh.
Did Austin Peay get a timeout? Yeah, I think they did. Governors call a timeout. They have 1 remaining.
Interesting call there to sneak it with 30 seconds left. If you're the scrum and you're Austin Peay, you just lay on top of those players, you'll probably get another playoff. But they don't have a timeout here, so good timeout, I think, by coach there. And here's Branch trying to muscle in. Just a little choice route, go out, stay there. Really nice tackle by Raylan Manley to keep him out of the end zone and to put him in a interesting situation. First and goal here on the 1-yard line, and you got to run it, I think. But if you don't get it, you have to have another play call in your arsenal to have it called. So you want to call 2 plays here.
Zach Branch came from USC with his brother Zion, who is in the Georgia secondary, also playing really well. Their uncle Cliff Branch, the NFL Hall of Famer. He helped the Raiders win 3 Super Bowls, so it's quite a family. And boy, the fans here absolutely love the Branch brothers already. Frazier back in the backfield. He's got it. Trying to get to the end zone, and he did not. Clock running. Georgia has no timeouts.
And they had 2 play called in the huddle. Let's see if they spike in here, a quarterback sneak it.
And now another timeout called by Austin Peay. It's an interesting call of a timeout. Austin Peay, it seemed like Georgia was on its heels.
Don't quite get that timeout there by Austin Peay. See here, Kirby Smart just so mad, saying, hey, we should be able to punch it in from 1 yard out. Interesting, they go on the perimeter, rather behind Drew Bobo and Micah Morris, the left guard and center. But if I'm Austin Peay there, I let it play out. Maybe they weren't set correctly for the quarterback sneak. But now we're in a territory here where it's 15 seconds, Clay. And it gets interesting because if you run it, I do not think you have another chance to run a play. You'd have to run fast field goal out there. Did he get over?
No, I don't think so.
But this strategy, Clay, is next level. This allows Georgia to get the best play possible. Will Middleton right there on the stop. Get the best play possible for them. Now, if they quarterback sneak it or they run it, and they don't get it, 17 seconds is always the cutoff for fast field goal. It's 2nd and goal. You could get up and spike it really quick.
Well, Kirby is extremely upset. And you can understand why. It has been very rough at times for this offense here in the first half. Frazier cutting it up, and he is stopped by Middleton right at the goal line. Middleton, 5'10", 219 pounds, grad transfer from Towson, did a great job pulling him away from the plane of the goal line.
That's next level stuff right there. He's a 5th-year senior grad student. You pull him away, and Nate Frazier's no small cookie. He's 205 pounds. And look at Kirby. We have this far. Are you kidding me? It's in your heart. We have to be able to score here.
And that call upheld. So Georgia with 15 seconds.
The clock will start on my ready for play signal.
Trying to punch it in ahead of halftime. Cash Jones is the lone setback as Stockton goes under center. Rolling out to his right. They're going to throw, and it's dropped. 3rd down.
Had a guy wide open in Cash Jones. This is one of my favorite plays when I played for the Chiefs. You're just getting Gunnar Stockton out on the edge where he feels comfortable. Throws a little behind him.
Holding. Defense, number 0. Not the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Defensive holding on Ellis.
Ellis with the hold right here, tackling him. Can't do that down here. And then the missed throw just behind him. Look, you know, I used to play quarterback, but if it hits the receiver's hands, you got to catch it. But no, that's on Gunnar Stockton. You got to put it out in front.
And so now first down, goal to go, 10 seconds to go, but
you got to throw it.
They're right on the cusp of the goal line. They do throw it, and it's nearly intercepted. Almost picked off. It was intended for Branch.
That was a little too close for comfort.
Rattan almost intercepted that.
They're going to do a short motion in with Branch and come right back out. And this could have been really bad. He fits it in there. But if that defensive back gets his hands on it and keeps his legs, it's 99 the other way. And now we get ball at the 1. Are they going to run it? I think they got to throw it.
Second and goal, again incomplete. And now the crowd getting a little bit surly. That was intended for White Helton as Jalen Williams, the nickelback, had great coverage.
Great coverage right there. 5 seconds left. Has to be a quick throw. Has to be a quick throw. You cannot hold on to it. We called this situation trigger, meaning in the end zone or out of bounds. No interceptions, no bad plays, no second hitches as a quarterback.
Drive started at the Georgia 45, 10th play. Stockton hands it off. Tripped in the backfield.
That's the end of the first half.
Chauncey Bowens. And that's the end of the first half. Austin Peay with a goal line stand.
Just clock management right here is not the best at all. Number 98. Charles Crew III just gets through Georgia's offensive line untouched. And if you're looking at pure size from left to right, Monroe Freeling 6'7", 315. Micah Morris 6'4", 330. Drew Bobo 6'5". You got a 6'7" guy. You got another 6'10" guy, and you can't punch it in from the 1 yard line. Watch 98 right there. Goes untouched, Clay. Charles Cruz III had a big game last week, but no bigger play than that right there. I can't get over the fact that they had that many plays and the clock management was that bad. And Austin Peay survives. I say survives. They're still down 11, but it could have been a lot worse this first half.
A fumble, a couple of punts, and then a lack of execution at the goal line, and Georgia can't punch it in ahead of the break as we go down to Madison.
Coach, how would you evaluate Gunnar Stockton's play in that first half?
Well, early on, he did a really good job getting the ball out quick, found some guys, had a couple batted balls we can't have, but disappointing at the end, not in him, but in our inability to score a touchdown there. You got to cash it in. You're on the 1 foot line. You got to be able to run the ball in.
Thank you, Coach.
And to make matters worse for Georgia, Ethan Barbour, their true freshman tight end, is injured and being attended to. As we're at the half, the Georgia Redcoat Alumni Band coming up at halftime. A shocking score in Athens at the break. 14-3, Georgia leading FCS Austin Peay after the first half.
Welcome into the SEC Halftime Report. Dory, Doring, and Watson, of course, multitude of games still to be played in prime time a little bit later tonight, but I don't think there's any bigger than the one that you see right in the middle on ABC. Two blue bloods meeting for the second time ever. First time they've ever met in Norman. It's Michigan, it's Oklahoma, it's massive.
Come and say hello to the bad guys. There's a war outside and you better stay in.
Wide open, touchdown, and Underwood has his first of many. Ain't no hiding. You're gonna have to fight your own fight.
You're a Wolverine, Justice Haynes.
You know, the whole crowd will be against us, so it's going to be fun.
So it's going to be a real hostile and loud environment.
The crowd's going to be real loud, and it's going to help us out.
Mentally, we're just going to bring smash. We want to out-physical every team that's in front of us.
A lot of people still have a chip on their shoulder from last year. This team is ready to go.
Mateer into the end zone for his first touchdown as a Sooner.
A lot has been made of the fact that Bryce Underwood, who looked really good for Michigan in his first ever game, making his first ever road start. So if you're Oklahoma defensively, what do you want to make him do? What do you want to try to force Michigan into?
Well, before we even get to the defense, I think it's incumbent upon the entire OU fan base to fill that stadium and be loud. This is a true freshman that's coming on the road, as you mentioned, for his first start, Dari. But then on the football field, clearly Michigan wants to run the football. Justice Haynes, 150 yards last week, 3 touchdowns. And so make Bryce Underwood be a pocket passer. Yes, he showed signs of that last week, but it's different when you're on the road against a defense in Oklahoma that is very aggressive. This linebacker core is one of the best in the SEC. And so make him prove that he can be the passer that everybody thinks he's going to be. And it's just an exciting game, number 2, because these are 2 programs who were really abysmal in the passing game last year. They both start different quarterbacks this year, and you can see the hope that they both have in Michigan as well as at Oklahoma.
It's amazing what a quarterback can do, right? Not only to inspire hope and optimism amongst the fan base, but just delivering on the field. How many new quarterbacks did we watch last week that came out and looked good in their first start? So John Mateer is certainly one of those. All the hype around him coming over from Washington State and with his offensive coordinator, Ben Arbuckle, there was a lot of hope, but we actually saw realized potential that last game against Illinois State, albeit an overmatched opponent. The great part about it is if you're an OU fan, you've been struggling thinking about who's playing quarterback for you. You know that, Dari. But now you can sit back, have a pina colada, sit under a palm tree, and enjoy the games and not necessarily have to have that same.
They don't have those there, though.
Well, here's the deal. So you got a safety coming down here in a 3-by-1 set. If that safety does come, he's looking one-on-one to Deion Burks in the backside. He does come. Look, he gets pressed a little bit wide, and you got a free rusher. Delivers an absolute dime in a small window. Look how tight. It's a great catch, but the throw is even better with not a whole lot of room to work with down the sideline there. That's the kind of touch he has. And then the ability to create when nothing's there. You got man coverage locked up, nowhere to go with the ball. How about his running ability? Make 1, 2, 3. 4 guys miss, and the presence to dive for the line to gain first down right there. I love everything about this guy's game. You know it. I've been talking him up since the SEC Media Days in July. I think this is a great opportunity for him to make a statement about what this team is going to be this year and more so what his opportunities are this season.
One of the great mysteries, how much will Jaden Ott play? He only got 1 carry last week, and that coaching staff's done a really nice job of keeping it very, very quiet, but you figure he's got to come up.
You know, everybody's talking about the run game. Oklahoma can't run. You know what they do, though? In lieu of running the football, they throw the ball around the line of scrimmage. Last week, 5 of 6 at or around the line of scrimmage for 29 yards. To me, I'm no math. That's almost 5 yards an attempt there. So you're picking up 5 yards a run, so to speak. And then he threw 10 more passes within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, completing 9 of 10 of those for 70 yards. I don't care that everybody says he can't run. They're using the passing game to kind of substitute for some of that.
It's just a matter of everybody staying healthy. I mean, this is a football team that had, 5 receivers hurt last year, and so while it's exciting to see John Mateer in this offense and see Deion Burke and Lewis and those guys, look, you know how football is. So the key for Oklahoma is, can these guys stay healthy? Because if they can, I think they win this game and win it decisively.
Oh, how about this other one in primetime? Mississippi State, tough year a year ago, no question. But now they've got a chance to get a ranked win, which has eluded them since 2022, against the reigning Big 12 champs, and they get them at home with all the cowbells clang-a-clang. How do they get it done, B-Dub?
Well, I think this Mississippi State team, if you look at them last year, it was the run defense where they really struggled. And last year, this was the game where the wheels kind of fell off. I mean, Arizona State, obviously they had Scadaboo, who we got to see up close and personal against Texas, phenomenal player, but they couldn't stop him. I mean, the run game for Arizona State was about 350 yards, and so that was when we realized Mississippi State struggled. This year, they get a little bigger up front. They did a good job last week holding the team to about 100 yards rushing. And so, look, they've got to be able to stand up against this Arizona State run game. And then offensively, I mean, Blake Shapen looked like he picked up where he left off. Yeah, there were a little bit of rust there, some things to clean up, but I think offensively they're okay. My worry, CD, is about the defense, especially the rush defense. Have they improved as much as we think they have from watching the film last week?
I thought they did a good job last week of putting a fence around a mobile quarterback that could beat you with their legs and stop. They only gave up just 301 total yards of offense. That's a market improvement from where they were last year. But you talked about Blake Shapen. I'm excited about him having him back. But also, how about the run game? They had 8 explosive runs of 10 yards or more. It feels like they're a more complete team now. And I think the other thing to keep an eye on, like everybody talks about the heat. Yeah, well, they're out in the desert. It's a different heat here. I know they were practicing with the cowbells and everything else. Unless you were going to practice in a steam room, you're not going to be able to replicate what's going to be like in this southern humidity that we have down here.
And I don't know how many Big 12 stadiums they would play in, or Pac-12 ones before that Davis Wade would be near the top in terms of atmosphere and crowd amongst anybody that may have played in those leagues for sure. It's going to be wild. Alabama, I mean, to say get right game, I don't know how accurate that is, but there are areas they need to improve upon after last week's abysmal loss. Is that an understatement?
Yeah, very much so.
Against Florida State. All right, fine. So what are you looking for that would tell you a little bit later tonight they could be fine?
I feel like I've been defrauded. I want to bring some sort of court case against Alabama after the way that we thought about them in the offseason and what we saw last week. One of the things we've been bragging about, the offensive line is going to be back to the old Alabama offensive lines. Well, those guys got dominated up front. 51 dropbacks Ty Simpson had. He was pressured on 20 of them, got sacked 3 times. I think there were 7 total tackles for loss. The offensive line looked slow. They looked like they were lacking physicality. They didn't look like great technicians. This unit was anything but a unit, and until they get that straight, all the other offensive problems are going to be haunting them for the rest of the year.
Now, it looks like the offensive line held up a mirror to the defense, because I can say a lot of the same things about the defense. You talk about assignment, efficiency, alignment, pre-snap alignment, just being decisive from the linebacker positions. Too many times during that game, the linebackers were confused. You could see it. Deontay Lawson, a fantastic player, seemed to be out of position. And then there were bad angles by safeties. And so, look, so many people will say, hey, this football team doesn't care. I'm not going to say that at all. But I do know this. When you are confused as a football player, it paralyzes you. You're not able to react. And that's what I saw. And so that issue can be corrected. But that issue is everybody. That issue is the defensive coordinator. That issue is the captains on defense. That's the defensive football team. That's the entire football team. That's not just on one person or just on the players as opposed to the coach. That is a program problem of being prepared. Last week, they just were not prepared for what Florida State was going to throw at them.
I think I agree with you. I think that's a great point about, you don't play fast when you're confused. But what I've seen in this ballgame last week, what we saw last week, were teams being physical. Remember, people don't fear Alabama anymore. Vanderbilt punched them right in the mouth. They were punched in the mouth last week by Florida State. Tonight, I don't care who they're playing. They've got to be the more physical team and start getting back to playing that style of football.
We'll all be watching it prime time on the SEC Network. That is our nightcap, and when it's all over, of course, we've got you for SEC football final. 1 million games seemingly in this league to run through, including that massive game in Norman. Big Mizzou, Kansas, of course, big one there, and the first conference game of the year, Ole Miss and Kentucky. We'll see you when all the games are over.
Well, Georgia leading Austin Peay at the half, 14-3. The narrowest halftime lead over an FCS opponent for the Dogs since 2016, when they led Nicholls State 10-7 at the half and barely won that game 26-24. This is a little bit of an embarrassing first half, I would say, for Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs, as we're in a weather delay now, too, to make matters more interesting here in Athens, Georgia. We started an hour early because of this impending weather, hoping to get this game in without interruption, but we're going to likely be interrupted before the start of the second half. He's Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matvick. Madison Fitzpatrick is working the sideline for this one. It's time for our cut to the chase segment. And Georgia, right ahead of halftime, had an opportunity to get another touchdown on the board. 4 plays inside the 5, but they couldn't score.
Lack of execution right here. Really good tackling by Austin Peay, but you were able to have that many plays inside the 5. You're going to see this missed throw from Gunnar Stockton. It wasn't just one person. It was everyone. Almost a pick 6 right there, interception, another incompletion as well, and then you run it. You run it on 3rd and goal right here with no timeouts left, and Austin Peay celebrates on their home field. Not a good start or end to the first half for the Dogs.
We talked about it at the top of the broadcast. They were working on some things with this offense, Gunnar Stockton, in the passing game specifically, but I think all in all, this offense in the first half showed that it still lacks a true identity.
It doesn't have an identity. You're exactly right. Are we a running team? Are we a throwing team? What do we do outside of Gunnar Stockton running? Because that's all that worked last week. And then you have a turnover the first drive this week. Just not a great start. Can they settle down after this weather delay and just pound the rock? Because they should be able to run the football every single snap versus team.
We saw a lot of anxiety for Kirby Smart and the Georgia offense and the team in general in that first half. And now we've got this weather delay and this option, this situation where weather could conceivably delay this thing for a long time. But it's been a tough afternoon so far for Kirby Smart and the Dogs. Time is going to last over 2 hours because of the weather delay, lightning, and a lot of rain, too. Clay Matvick, Chase Daniel, Madison Fitzpatrick ready to get this thing back underway. So after a turnover on the first drive for the Dogs, they scored on their next 2 possessions, Chase.
Yeah, they settled in really nicely. Turnover on the first drive, like you had mentioned, and then 2 rushing touchdowns right there. Really like that. And look, we got a little cut to the chase segment right here. This is the end of the half, where they ran 4 plays inside the 5-yard line. You see Kirby Smart saying, we're this close. You have to show a little heart. You have to show a little soul. A missed pass by Gunnar Stockton to Cash Jones, and then almost an interception and a pick 6, and then another incompletion down here. The clock management was not great. They didn't block the defensive tackle for Austin Peay, number 98 either. He's able to go straight through. Just wasn't a good start.
And then the weather set in. And right after halftime began, we were told that lightning and rain was moving in, and it shut everything down for what will effectively be a 1 hour and 56-minute delay. So how does this delay affect these teams, and who might it advantage?
Yeah, I think advantage Georgia, right? Going to the locker room, just reset, relax. You knew it was going to be an hour or 2 rain delay, and you just want to regroup when you come out on here. Just throw that first half out. Even though we're up 11, you can restart this game, and you sort of, if you're Austin Peay, you sort of lose the momentum going into the half because you have a really good goal line stand down there against Georgia. And now you got to wait 2 hours to get back out there. Kirby Smart's looking for his team to make the next move here.
Couple of injury updates, too, before we start the second half. Javius Bond and Raylan Manley, a couple of defensive starters for Austin Peay, are out for the rest of the game. In fact, Javius Bond, a 2-way player. We also see him on offense. And then Ethan Barbour, the blocking tight end, was injured right at the end of the first half and was carted off. It was not a good sight. And Georgia will be without his services for the rest of the day. You hope it's not anything serious. And Austin Peay will start with the football here in the second half, and we are finally back underway. This is the narrowest halftime lead over an FCS opponent for Georgia in 10 seasons. You have to go back to 2016 when they led Nicholls State 10-7 at the half and barely hung on to win. And remember, Austin Peay is coming off an historical upset last week in their program's history. The second FBS upset, beat Middle Tennessee on the road last week. This is a team that came in here today with a lot of confidence.
Couldn't ask for a better start from Austin Peay and quarterback Chris Parson. Let's just see if they can stack some plays together here and make it an interesting second half.
They're going to run on first down. Cortland Simmons stacked up. It's going to be a loss of one. There is Jordan Hall, the big D lineman. He and Christian Miller, they really set the tone up front for that D.
Yeah, it's the first time we've mentioned Jordan Hall's name. Defensive coaches really love him on the staff. But you see Georgia crowd getting pumped up right here. There's not a lot of people in the stands, but they're fired up to be back out and playing some football.
Hall finally back to 100% health. He's battled injuries in his short career. Some pressure. Parson got rid of it, but it lands incomplete. Jonell Aguero, the star backer for Georgia, shooting in.
You're going to see this pressure off the slot from Jonell Aguero, and he does not get home, but he makes Chris Parson throw the ball earlier. And Jonell Aguero right there, really nice job of getting in the passing lane. And a third down right here. I would heat him up if you're Georgia. You just heated him up with pressure on second down. Come after him in this empty backfield. See if their protection holds up.
The Georgia defense had 2 sacks in the first half. Parson got rid of this one cleanly. It is caught by Shamar Kirk. He is going to be stopped short of the 35, which is what he needed for the first down. As Kyron Jones, the free safety, who's wearing a club on his hand, gets in there for the tackle.
And they bring a cover zero blitz. That means they're bringing everyone, and that's something that we talked about. They missed a lot of tackles. That is an open field tackle with a club on his hand that he has to make, and he does it. A nice 3-and-out for Georgia here to start the second half.
The electric Zachariah Branch, huge special teams threat. Top return man in college football a couple of years ago at USC. Ready to field this punt from Gavin Myers. And this one sailing over to the sideline and out of bounds. So Georgia's going to have really good field position after that 30-yard punt as Gunnar Stockton gets ready to come back out on the field. All right, your keys to victory that we talked about at the beginning of the game, let's revisit those.
Yeah, for Georgia, impose your will. I don't know if I can give you a check getting stopped at the goal line. Worry about yourself, meaning, hey, they went one-on-ones and 2-versus-2s in the week. They wanted to get better. I'll give them a check on that. The identity, no check for that. They have not figured out who they are. And then for Austin Peay, started fast. I like that. You got to shorten the game. Well, we were in a 2-hour rain delay play, so they didn't do that, and they got to get their best guys on matchups outside.
And Jeff Ferris, the second-year head coach for the Governors, will take this score at the half. As Colby Young almost slipped a tackle, and there was nothing but green grass in front of him. After making that catch, the 6'3", 215-pound senior almost took this one to the house. If he can stay on his feet, he's gone.
Yeah, just a nice pitch and catch right there on a hitch route. Ellis Jr. with a good open field tackle.
And now they will try to run it on the near sideline. Nate Frazier, who turned it over on the opening possession of this football game. Carries that one for a gain of 9. Nate Frazier came back and scored a touchdown a couple of series later, but you know, it was an inauspicious start for Frazier Jr.
Yeah, not a great start, but it was able to get into the end zone. And you see this, we haven't talked a lot about it, this gap scheme run game where they're pulling guards and tackles. They're trying to get a much better job at it doing it this year.
Second down and 1, they're going to throw. Screen pass to Young. He's got the first down, and he'll dive down inside the 30-yard line. Mike Bobo says that Colby Young got faster in the offseason somehow. They are going to look to him a lot.
He's their deep threat down the middle of the field. He's 6'4", 215 pounds, the leader of the receiver room. Twitchy and fast for a big body as well.
They've got so many wide receivers at their disposal. They're going to go 4 wide here. Frazier in the backfield, and that's going to slip through the hands of Zach Branch. Got to believe, Chase, that the ball is a little slick. We had a lot of rain. It came fast, but it came hard.
Yeah, and this is real grass, right? So real grass, it's not going to drain that well. That's the worst feeling as a quarterback. I either want the ball completely drenched or not wet at all. The little in-between that this is giving him is going to cause some issues in the second half.
Stockton completed his first 10 passes to start the game. Now 19 of 24 for 160. He'll pitch it to Frazier, picking his way, and finds a little alley. Gets inside the 25, down to about the 23-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Will Middleton, the linebacker, makes the stop.
Watch the guard right here. Bo Hughley get out in front and just absolutely annihilate a defender. Getting out on the perimeter. That's what their run game is. They want to get outside and use their speed against Austin Peay's defense.
Juan Gaston, Ernest Green, both injured on that right side of the offensive line. And up the middle, Chauncey Bowens. Big run to the 14. First down, Georgia.
Right down the middle, like that, just lowers your shoulder. This looks like a different Georgia offense that we saw in the first half. They were a little lethargic in the first half.
A little more dialed in. Bowens had a rushing touchdown back in the first quarter. And they're going to feed him again. Look at this. Touchdown, Bowens. Takes it 14 yards. There was some traffic. But he's able to get into the end zone as Georgia scores in its opening possession of the half.
You're going to see here, this is the gap scheme. They're pulling guard and tackle out in front. And Bowens makes one guy miss, makes another guy miss. In for Pater. You couldn't ask for a better start for Georgia right now. 10:54 left in the quarter. You get Austin Peay on a 3-and-out. And then you just march down the field. A little quick throw and then running the football down their throat.
And Peyton Woodring will tack on the extra point. I would have liked to have been a fly on the wall in the Georgia locker room. I think there were some inspiring words that were passed along.
Kirby Smart, man, I tell you what, it's unbelievable. Chauncey Bowens, though, just is able to get in for a touchdown. The Dogs are on top.
Welcome back to Athens and the SEC on ESPN. Chase Daniel and Madison Fitzpatrick on play. Matvick, Georgia, 7 plays, 60 yards and 2:41 to make it 21-3. And another touchback, as Chauncey Bowens has 2 touchdowns now.
And you're going to see the center, Drew Bobo, and the left tackle, Monroe Freeling, get out in front. This is what we were talking about with the gap scheme. They want to be able to get those big offensive linemen on the edge. And then Drew Bobo with a pancake block. Chauncey Bowens for the touchdown. Look at this right here. Just easy money.
Of course, Drew Bobo is offensive coordinator Mike Bobo's son. We were talking to Mike yesterday extensively, and he said it's more of a coach-player relationship right now than it is father-son. After the season that ends, that is a nice downfield strike for Parson, and he has had very few of those today. He gets Shamar Kirk for a gain of 23.
That's a great play by Chris Parson, getting on the edge. You're going to see the receiver right there, Shamar Kirk, just comes open on an easy corner route, and Jonel Aguero has to stay in better coverage for that. That's a big play given up.
3 catches for 29 yards for Kirk. Now Parson across his body, going deep downfield, incomplete. Intended for Jaden Robinson, who caught a touchdown pass last week at Middle Tennessee, transfer from Kennesaw State. Dalen Everett, who is back this week in the secondary, did not play for the Dogs. He was in the coverage on that play. Did not play in week 1 because of an ankle injury, and that ended his streak of 28 starts in a row. Good to see him back on the field tonight.
He's the best corner they have. He's sticking in coverage. Was the SEC championship game MVP, but it's good to see him back. Really good in man coverage.
2nd down and 10. They're going to run, and they get to the plus side of the field. That's Caden Williams, redshirt sophomore running back. Elo Mendoza, outside linebacker. The transfer from Army makes the stop. He was a key part of that Army defense the last couple of seasons. And it'll be 3rd down. Georgia really successful getting off the field on 3rd downs last week.
You got to feel like this is probably the biggest third down in the game. If Austin Peay can convert, they give themselves a chance. If not, obviously you're punting, and the game is probably going to get out of hand. It's like they're playing man-to-man coverage across the board.
Govs 1 of 6 on third down. They check it down, and it's incomplete. There's Dalen Everett again in the coverage. He had 3 interceptions last year in that SEC title game you were talking about. He has a nose for the football.
And he's sticky in man coverage. This is what he does best. 6'1", 190 pounds, is really fast. He's the leader of the secondary, and Kirk really never gets out away from him. They're trying to run a shallow cross around and then come back out. Dalen Everett, man, just sniffed it right out.
Got a little handsy there, but
hey,
got away with it.
Let him play.
That's
let
right.
him play.
Especially after a 2-hour rain delay.
And that's coming from a quarterback, too.
Gavin Myers, another punt. And this is going to check up at the 4-yard line and lay dead at the 5. Excellent punt for Gavin Myers, a 43-yard kick that's going to back Stockton and the Georgia offense up. Well, this is the last tune-up for Georgia before SEC plays underway next week in Knoxville at Tennessee. Gunnar Stockton and the Dogs leading 21-3. This is going to be their worst starting field position of the day as they're going to start this series at their own 5.
Gunnar Stockton, man. Like, you got to show me something here. I know you're 19 of 24, 160 yards, almost 80% completion rate, but a lot of those are on perimeter throws. A lot of those are on bubble throws. Throw the football down the field. It's exactly what the coaches told us in the meetings they wanted to see him do.
And the longest pass play today for Stockton, 19 yards. And they're looking to throw here, but again, it's another short throw. Good athletic move. Well, that's what Colby Young can do. He hurdles a tackler and picks up about 6 yards on that catch.
Another quick throw right here, but Colby Young goes airborne. For 6'4", that's pretty good, Clay.
Goes right over DeAndre Creary.
I can't jump that high.
Who can? Frazier in the backfield. He fumbled in the first half. Has come on strong since, and that's a powerful run out close to the 20-yard line to move the chains. Nate Frazier, I would say, has redeemed himself since that opening series.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 9 carries, 40 yards, and a touchdown after that opening fumble. Now that you're out of your own end zone and you're almost at the 20-yard line, take a shot play. Give me a play action right here. Look at Colby Young right here. Take a shot to this young man.
They're going to keep it on the ground. Frazier after the little toss, trying to spin out of a tackle at the 23. And it's the confidence, the comfortability of Gunnar Stockton that I think Kirby Smart is still waiting to see.
It's been interesting, sort of the play calling by offensive coordinator Mike Bobo, really the whole game, because he hasn't let Gunnar Stockton throw the ball down the field on play action. It's been a lot of this perimeter stuff, which is what he told us, but I'd love to see it.
Zach Branch moved to the right side of the formation. They fake the handoff to Phillips. And now there's a shot downfield, but nobody home. Intended for Oscar Delp, the tight end. He was the closest man downfield. So it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, look at the all-22. See Delp right there. Okay, not much open. You've got to give Austin Peay some credit. There's an open receiver right there, but going to your left, I don't think that's possible to make that throw. Threw it away right there.
Pass protection, a big topic of conversation this past week. He gets good protection that time. Humphreys made the catch and then dropped it. Who's got it? Austin Peay says they have it. And they do. Second takeaway for the Governors in this game. It was recovered by Davion Hood. London Humphreys But a touchdown in week 1, his second year at Georgia. The transfer from Vanderbilt puts it on the turf. Davion Hood knocked it loose, and he recovered it.
And Humphreys right here, you got to have better ball security when you know it's been raining, just lackadaisical with the football, and they're backed up right there. Let's see if he had it. It looks like he had it. He switched the ball to his left hand. You can't do that. You have to have the ball in the same hand when you're getting close to contact, cover it up, and just an awful mistake by the Dogs there. Had this game, if they would have scored, would have been 28-3. Now, your Austin Peay set up for success here on the 31-yard line.
Second takeaway for the Governors. They'll start at the 31-yard line of Georgia. Chris Parson, he's athletic. He'll take off up the middle and slide down safely at the 30. Chris Parson, who beat out returning starter Austin Smith for the job. You know, he has some ability, obviously, as a dual threat. Something Georgia has to keep in mind now as they get closer here to the red zone.
Yeah, coming off that fast change, Chris Parsons tried to take a shot down the field. Really good job by Georgia's defense playing in this too-high safety look, making him run the football. It's a good test for the Georgia defense on this sudden change.
Caden Williams looking for room on the left side of that line. He'll get 3. And it'll be third down. This is a critical third down for Georgia, Chase.
And it's situations like this in training camp that you can't get into a real game. It's sudden change. It's quick turn of events. Our defense just got off the field. Our offense just turned it over. How are we going to make this better? And you see line changes right there for Georgia's defensive line to get fresh guys in to rush the passer.
Number 8, Nate Garnett, is their best receiver. He's lined up wide to the right of the formation, but they're going to run it. And it's Cortland Simmons up the middle. Not much there as Justin Williams, another athletic linebacker for the Dogs, makes the stop to bring up fourth down.
Yeah, just trying to make something happen right here. You're going to see 19 right here get scot-free. Justin Williams tried to do a good job of catching them by surprise running the football. Justin Williams was not going to have it.
This will be a 43-yard attempt for Carson Smith. He hit a field goal in the first half. This one is up and has plenty of leg, and it is good. So Carson Smith 2 for 2, and Austin Peay scores to make it 21-6 with 5:51 to go in the third. Georgia didn't turn it over in week 1, but they've turned it over twice today.
Nate Frazier, just not good ball security. And then again, when you're backed up, that led to the field goal. London Humphreys, just the mishandling of the football. And you're just giving Austin Peay a chance to stick around in a game. Well, honestly, they shouldn't have any chance at playing with, a top 5 team in the country. At least we think they are. I mean, look at the numbers advantage, right? 315 yards, but the biggest one there is turnovers. 2 turnovers has kept Austin Peay in this game. A goal line stand, that's not on there either, Clay. So really 3 turnovers, including a turnover on down.
Carson Smith boots it in the end zone. And coming out of the end zone is Zach Branch, and he can fly. Skips over a tackler at the 15, gets to the 20. And driven out of bounds near the 25, a flag in after the play. So we'll see what this is about.
Surprised he took it out.
Jason MacArthur is our lead referee today. This SEC officiating crew.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 19 in the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal.
So a clip on Georgia, another demerit for the Bulldogs today. I tell you what, they're not going to want to see Austin Peay again for a while. This is their second all-time meeting. They beat the Govs 45-0 back in 2018. Everything has come hard for Georgia today, though.
Yeah, it's just not great at all. There's a block in the back right there, and then you just offensively throw the ball down the field, right? Let Gunner get rolling, use his legs. He only has 10 rushing yards right now, too.
And the play calling has been very conservative. Here's Dwight Phillips bursting ahead on that first down run, gets 9 on the carry.
Yeah, and you said vanilla, and I agree with you. I don't think they're holding anything back. I just don't know if they trust their quarterback yet. These are the games you want to be able to see, hey, a trust in the quarterback. Take these play-action shots. I know we've been harping on it, but 68 yards, passing yards, are at or behind the line of scrimmage for Gunnar Stockton today. This is the time to take a shot, 2nd and 1.
Stockton away from center, but they're going to run it. And they're going to get the first down. Dwight Phillips. That's a first down carry and more flags.
You see Kirby Smart saying, oh my God. Looks like a hold.
Holding. Offense number 57. 10-yard penalty.
That's Monroe Freeling. 3rd year in the program. And again, there's been a lot of movement on that offensive line. He stays at left tackle. The right side is where most of the injuries have been happening for this team.
And as soon as you grab his left shoulder pad, I mean, I don't know, a little ticky-tacky for me, but another error. A litany of errors today and demerits.
Juan Gaston, Ernest Green on the right side of that Georgia O-line, dinged up. John Jackson, who got the start today because of the injuries, he's hurt too. Now here's the deep shot we've been waiting for, and it's underthrown, and had the defender turned around, it could have been intercepted. Intended for Dylan Bell.
At least you took the shot. 2nd and 11. Dylan Bell, speedster. They run this little switch release right there, and this safety over here makes a really good play on the football. But I like the throw. I like the fact that you let it go. You trusted your receiver, even though it didn't end up in a completion. It backs people off.
There's DeAndre Creary in the coverage. And now Stockton incomplete again, intended for the tight end Lucky. And that's going to do it. This Georgia series dries up, not for lack of trying downfield, but Stockton can't complete the passes.
We're going to see here, Lawson Lucky in the middle of the field. They have a safety right there waiting for him. Tries to force it. I get it. This is completely different than how he played last week. Miles Wiley with a nice play. But it's completely different than how he played last week. If one option wasn't there or his second option wasn't there, he would take off. At this point, just take off and run.
2nd 3 and out today for Georgia. They had just one last week in the Marshall win. Ellis lets it roll to their 36-yard line. Good punt for Brett Thorson, who is back. 54-yard kick out of the end zone. And the frustration after that last drive for Kirby Smart. We have seen that kind of exasperation a few times today.
Not what we would expect out of a Kirby Smart Georgia team. There he is trying to calm down. His backup quarterback, Ryan Puglisi, and starter Gunnar Stockton just saying, hey, just take a deep breath. We're in the 3rd quarter. There's 4 minutes left. We got a lead. Don't force things. At this point, you just imagine, hey, let's just run this clock, eat up some yards. But Austin Peay has something else to say about it.
Chris Parson, the SEC transfer, has it batted down at the line of scrimmage. Xavier McLeod, 2nd year with the Dogs after a season at South Carolina, the Camden, South Carolina native. He got his big arm up to knock it away.
It's exactly what they teach defensive linemen. Get your arms up if you can't get to the quarterback on quick game. These guys are huge, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". Jump up, try to swap balls on a 5'11" quarterback in Chris Parson.
Richardson, one of the 4 running backs we have seen today for Austin Peay, but now they are down to 3 running backs left because Javius Bond is out for the game, their two-way player.
17 rush attempts, only 15 rushing yards for Austin Peay. They've made most of their hay through the air. Big 3rd down for Chris Parson and the Governors. They ran it last time on this down and distance. You got to put it in the air. You got to trust your quarterback.
Governors just 1 of 8 on 3rd down. Kirk in motion. Parson looks left, comes back right, has a man caught for a first down and more into Georgia territory. Still on his feet is Robinson, and Jaden Robinson finally pulled down to the turf at the 26. A 34-yard pass play for Parson and Robinson.
What a throw by Chris Parson, to Robinson. He sees between 5. Raylan Wilson, he's able to fit that seam ball in there. He was a single receiver to the right. Another big play on third down, and they're already in field goal range, Clay.
Yeah, Carson Smith 2 for 2 on field goals, but they're looking for their first 6 of the game. Parson off his back foot dumps it in the hands of Cortland Simmons. Simmons along the near sideline inside the 15. Kyron Jones makes the stop, but another first down for the Governors.
Really good job right here by this offense. You're going to send a guy motion this way, and then number 11, Cortland Simmons, is going to sneak out the right for a screen. Parson goes left. He throws back right, and there's just green grass in front of him. This is looking like a good drive right here.
And you can just sense the leadership and the confidence of Chris Parsons starting to grow. Didn't join the team until January after the transfer from Mississippi State. But the guys unanimously voted him team captain. A little sloppy exchange there, but Cortland Simmons stays on his feet after getting the handoff and picks up 4 more.
He's played a really good game, Chris Parson. 14 of 19, 145 yards. Obviously threw that interception. No turnovers last week, and they're lucky that exchange didn't get botched between Cortland Simmons and Chris Parson. It looked like Parson wanted to keep it on this zone read. This is a calling card of this offense. They're an RPO-style offense. Parson doesn't like to run, but he can.
Austin Peay gets in here. This game's still very much hanging in the balance. First red zone trip for Austin Peay today. Parson now getting heated up. Throws, and it is caught near the 5-yard line. Good catch by Jay Skoglund, who had a defender all over him, and KJ Bolden. It's a gain of 5, and here comes a big third down.
2-down territory, no matter what right here. Chris Parson putting his hands over his ears because it is so loud right next to the student section. Knowing that you have 2 downs right here, put the ball in Simmons' hands and go right through the middle of that Georgia defense if I'm him.
And timeout called as Jeff Ferris wants to talk strategy here with the Governors quarterback, Chris Parson. Jeff Ferris played and coached under David Cutcliffe at Duke, and that's the guy who he emulates. We talked at length with him about that. Those guys are very close still to this day, and you can see a little bit of Coach Cut in the way he strategizes, and you can certainly see it and hear it in the passion in his voice about college football.
When we talked to him, he was really passionate. 34 years old, extremely bright. His hands are all over that offense, along with offensive coordinator Quinn Billerman. And no bigger third down of the season than this one right here. They like to get the ball on the perimeter, but with Georgia's speed for a yard right down the middle, this is 2-down territory. They also like to get Parson on the move in this situation, whether it's a rollout left or rollout right.
Cortland Simmons in the backfield, 2 tight ends. Rolling out, Parson. He can run, throws to the goal line, and it's low and incomplete. Well covered by Ellis Robinson for Georgia, and it's 4th and 1.
Smart move to go for it here. They're keeping the offense out on the field. I like the play call, understanding, hey, you can run if you're Parson, or you can throw it. Good job just throwing the ball away. 4th and 1 right here. Long one. Can Georgia's defensive front, their D-line, can they step up? We know their linebackers are deep. Can they get pressure in the backfield off the snap?
Parsons going to keep it himself. And he has got the first down. Well, they keep it in the hands of their best offensive player, their quarterback and captain, Chris Parson.
And you're going to see all this motion left, right. He's reading the left defensive end. He just keeps it right up the middle. And a little surprised this game that Georgia's defensive line has not dominated in the trenches against a very undersized Austin Peay offensive line.
First down, goal to go. Parson wants to throw, goes to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Jaden Robinson was the intended target. Dalen Everett was there stride for stride.
You can't throw it any better than that by Parson. Just an inside fade to Robinson. Pitches once, throws the ball. Oh, you got to catch it. Really good coverage. Sticky coverage by Dalen Everett right there. But, man, nice throw by Parson.
So close for the Governors. Second down and goal. Parson again, dancing, lunging. Stopped at the 2. C.J. Allen, there he is again. Number 3 making a big stop, and that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. A huge third and goal coming up to start the fourth quarter. I know you like C.J. Allen. This was a big tackle.
Huge tackle right here, exactly on the end where Georgia got stopped. Now can Georgia stop Austin Peay in a big goal line stand coming up?
Ready to start the fourth quarter. Third down and goal. FCS Austin Peay will be stopped. Cortland Simmons hog-tied by Kristen Miller, and that's what the defense needed to force a fourth down.
Great play right there by the defensive front. If I'm Austin Peay and I'm the coaching staff, you need your very best play call. On the call sheet, what do you have? Is it moving Parson? I think you have to put him on the move here.
Parson, a little shovel pass. Georgia ready for it. Jackson Head, the tight end, is stuffed. First time that Jackson Head has been involved in the offense today for the Governors. And Georgia makes a goal line stand just like Austin Peay did at the end of the first half. Boy, that's a statement for the defense as they get a little momentum back in this football game.
It's a statement first. The defensive line stops Simmons. 52. Kristen Miller unblocked through the middle of the defense. And then Raylan Wilson right there in the middle is able to snip out this. He's unblocked. No way you're getting in on him. 6'1", 235 pounds. He's a do-it-all backer for them. He can rush the passer. He can play off the ball for them. No bigger stop in this game than right there for Raylan.
A 12-play, 63-yard drive comes up empty for the Governors. And out from the end zone, Gunnar Stockton hits London Humphreys, and he'll get some breathing room for this offense. This is kind of a pattern I've noticed for Georgia, that if a guy fumbles, they quickly get it back in his hands. Humphreys earlier in this half fumbling. Second turnover for Georgia, but they get it to him quickly.
That's what you want as a competitor. You want the ball right back into your hands. Say, hey, that was just a mistake. Let's move on with it. Exactly what they did right there with Humphreys.
Keep it on the ground. Nate Frazier. That's his 11th carry of the day. Has a touchdown that came in the second quarter. So third and short. Georgia on third down today, 50%, 5 of 10.
You got to trust your big offensive line right there. Chauncey Bowens right up the middle. Right behind those big hogs. You're shifting over Oscar Delp and Lawson Lucky. Right down the middle.
There goes Frazier, dropping a shoulder pad. You know, Frazier, we talk about his speed. 5'10", 205. He can throw a lick, too. That's a first down. Actually, Bowens, pardon me, at 225, he lowered the shoulder pads.
Exactly what you want to do. Just use your huge offensive line and just impose your will. Exactly like the keys to victory we had in the second half. Just impose your will. Run straight at Austin Peay.
They pick the handoff to Bowens, get it to Young on the perimeter. And we've seen a lot of this today, the skill players on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, Colby Young had a lot of catches on these bubbles or screens, and this is a calling card of this offense. We're not just out there throwing out bubbles or throwing to the sideline. It's Gunnar Stockton reading the second level of the defense for a read, pull, or read, throw. If you pull it, you can run it. If not, if something lines up correctly, you throw it.
So a gain of 11. First down and 10. They will stay with the run game, and Dwight Phillips gets to the 30-yard line. You talked about his dad, Dwight Phillips Sr., gold medalist in the long jump. Also very fast, world-class speed. Dwight Phillips, Georgia High School 100-meter champ. We haven't seen him break loose today.
You calling your shot right here?
Maybe. Had a 17-yard touchdown on the opening drive last week. They fake the handoff to him, get it back to Young. Tried to step out of a tackle and then was kind of forced to the sideline. So Young, another 11-yard reception and another Georgia first down.
Really efficient day from Gunnar Stockton. I know we talked about how we wanted to see him push the ball down the field. He did that a few times today, but you know, when you're 24 of 32, 189 yards, 75% completion percentage, it's a really efficient day for him.
And he hasn't turned it over. And again, Phillips looking for daylight on that left side. He is cut down. Loss of one. We talked about Phillips and his lineage. Here's Dad holding the American flag at the games in Athens, Greece in 2004. And now his son is in a different Athens and having all kinds of success.
10.43 from Dwight Phillips Jr. I think his dad ran almost a sub 10.
Yeah.
10.06.
Yeah, that's lightning fast. We'll toss it out to Frazier. And Frazier gets to the 45-yard line. Ellis, another tackle. Father, son. How about those times?
You know, when I was running track in high school, I think I ran a 12.0 100-meter dash. To run a 10.43 from Dwight Phillips Jr. Mighty impressive.
You could time me with a sundial.
Is that your 40-time play?
Yeah, right. Third down and 6. And there is a first down catch. Noah Thomas. Thomas had no catches last week. He's been more involved today. That's an 11-yard hookup and another Georgia first down.
Easy pitch and catch, just on the sideline. Corners are playing off. I like what he's doing. Gunnar Stockton today to Noah Thomas. You have to wonder, though, is the field still a little bit wet? We have only seen one throw over 20 yards down the field in the second half. Yeah. Short, quick throws.
We had a 2-hour halftime because of the lightning and the rain. Probably still a little slick on the playing surface. Dancing around is Stockton again. Nothing opening up beyond 20 yards downfield, and he has to scamper away. Will Middleton escorted him to the sideline. And this has kind of been the story of the first 2 weeks for Stockton. You know, time runs out for him, and he's great on his feet. He's excellent as an improviser.
And you're going to see Colby Young down here. He's wide open. You have to cut that loose. He's great as an improviser, but that's one thing. You have to be able to let this ball go right here. He's down here. You have it to the field, all this field space. That's something that Gunnar Stockton's going to want back on film.
Second and 10. Dwight Phillips. First down. Again, Tennessee next week. We talked about, you know, keeping things off of tape so that the SEC teams don't have a ton to work with. But, you know, at some point, I think these passes downfield need to be generated.
All Tennessee's going to have to work with is inside zone, gap scheme running, and some bubble screens on tape from Georgia today.
And another run for Frazier. We talked about the rushing, second to last in the SEC last year. Certainly not up to Georgia standards. the commitment has been made this year in the running game. Team ran for 239 last week. The rushing today at about 180 yards on the ground so far. As they go to the air again, Stockton on time, got it to Humphreys, and down to the 11-yard line. London Humphreys. First down, Georgia.
Really nice play right here by Gunnar Stockton. Get him on the move. This is where he feels the most comfortable. He fit a tight window throw into Humphreys. Really nice. You see Humphreys right there. Did he take the gloves off after he fumbled?
Didn't notice that. Good eye. That was a 17-yard play. And now Dwight Phillips angling toward that far sideline. He is stretched out by Kendall Ball to the boundary, the Nashville native. Got the start for the second straight week for the Governors.
And going back to rushing, right? 36 carries, 184 yards, 3 separate players over 52 yards rushing. This running back by committee approach, I like it. You keep your guys fresh as you get into SEC play. You get a lot of guys play, and you get them moving into the game and get their juices flowing.
Second and 12. Bowens trying to cut it back inside. He is going to be dropped hard. Al Sandifer, the defensive tackle, powers him down. So here comes third down for Georgia. Play number 16 coming up here on this series as Cash Jones, the third down specialist, checks in.
One of the best drives of the game. Started inside their 5-yard line. But wouldn't it just feel a lot better if you're Georgia and the coaches, if you just scored right here on 3rd and 7, made it 28-6?
Well, they're going for the end zone, and incomplete. He wanted Colby Young. Tried to high point that in the corner. Flag down. Luke Williams, former Purdue Boilermaker, was in on the coverage for Austin Peay.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 14 defense. After looking through the goals of the previous
face mask on Jalen Williams, the nickelback.
Yep.
And you can see Coach Ferris wanting a break and feeling he's not getting it here.
Dylan Bell right here. Can't have it happen on 3rd and 7 after an incompletion. You give them a first down. You know, for Austin Peay, for how well they've played, one of the bigger mistakes in the game.
First and goal. Gunnar Stockton's going to keep it. Cuts it up. And he's suplexed down at the 2-yard line by Miles Wiley. That's a gain of 3, so second down and goal to go. And remember what happened, Chase, at the end of the first half. Georgia had 4 plays inside the 5 and came up with nothing.
You better believe Kirby Smart's on the sideline yelling, "We got to score! Impose our will on each other." Really nice tackle by Wiley right there, though.
2 tight ends going to the left side. Delt and Lucky. And they hand it off. Nate Frazier. Touchdown, Georgia. So a payoff at the end of that long drive, which is what they were looking for at the end of the second quarter and didn't get, but they get it here.
And go inside zone right there. They shifted both tight ends. Who said you can't run plays twice, Clay? Because they ran that for the first touchdown of the day. They shifted both tight ends to make a 4-receiver set to one side. They run it the opposite side for an easy touchdown. If you're Georgia, you got to feel better about how this game, that drive specifically, went.
17 plays, 99 yards, and Frazier with his second touchdown of the game. Well, it looks like Georgia, after a bit of a sloppy first half, getting a scare from Austin Peay for the lion's share of this day, is going to stretch its home winning streak to 33, longest home winning streak in SEC history. Frazier just capped a 99-yard scoring drive. If his second rushing touchdown of the day. And it's 28-6 now. With 5:39 to go. So that's a 17-play, 99-yard touchdown drive, but Georgia fans might feel a little empty about it. Why?
Yeah, Georgia coaches will too. You're going to have a post route here by Taylor. I know he throws up top to Colby Young, but he's wide open. And then down here at the bottom of your screen, you're going to have a post corner route by Colby Young. He's looking this way. He just doesn't pull the trigger. There's a lot of green space over here. You got to be able to do that. That's exactly what the Georgia staff told us. Hey, we got to get this guy seeing things with his vision, anticipation. Look, he's going to grow. It's his third career start ever, but he's going to watch that film and see some misses tomorrow.
Austin Peay has had a valiant effort today. They were stopped at the goal line in their last drive. And you can see the backup quarterback for Georgia, Ryan Puglisi, starting to loosen up. He had action last week in the Marshall win through his first career touchdown pass. He's a redshirt freshman out of Massachusetts with a big arm.
Yeah, watching him on tape, even though only threw the ball 8 times, he was 5 of 8, almost 60 yards in that touchdown. He looks good, Clay. Like, he looks the part. Like you were saying, 6'3", 210. He can throw it now.
And Kirby Smart told you and I yesterday we would really like to give him some snaps in this Week 2 game. And another run there on 2nd and 7, a pickup of 6. 3rd down and short coming up for Austin Peay as we're under 5 minutes to go.
And you figured coming into this game, at least by halftime, at least some of the coaching staff thought, hey, we can get Puglisi in. But as you know, after the 2-hour delay, it's been a heck of a football game. Credit to Austin Peay for sticking in. They just wore down the stretch. But, man, this Georgia Bulldogs team, they're going to hear it tomorrow in the film room from Kirby Smart.
3rd down has been an Achilles heel for the Govs, 2 of 11. Good burst to the outside. That's a 1st down run for Corey Richardson, the sophomore, a Georgia native. As Austin Peay would love to get another score on the board before the end of this one.
Yeah, and Chris Cole right here on the edge. You got to set it. Wrong shoulder right there. You have to set the edge. You do not want anything outside of you, especially when there's 5 defensive linemen across. A nice run there by Corey Richardson, too. So it shows burst, Clay.
Jeff Ferris brought in 73 newcomers, 50 transfers. Tell you what, the first couple of weeks of the season, despite all of the new faces, they have looked in sync. They're not going to garner much here with Richardson again. In fact, a loss of 1. But a real tip of the hat to Jeff Ferris to go to the transfer portal to bring in those players, plus mix in the new recruits and get a big upset. Beat Middle Tennessee last week, and they have given Georgia a rub today.
Yeah, and we said it earlier in the broadcast. Coach Jeff Ferris said, hey, it's a race for togetherness. They've come together early and often. They've been battle-tested here on the road in Georgia, one of the best teams in the country. They got to leave today feeling really good about the direction of their program. Look, I know there's no moral victories, but when you're Austin Peay playing at number 4 Georgia,
I don't know.
You feel good about it.
Yeah, I would too. Parson keeps it himself. And it's going to be 3rd down. Jeff Ferris said, we don't have any stars. Really like our chemistry. And we're going to use these first few weeks before conference play as our preseason. And they really like their chances in the UAC. They host Morehead State next week before opening league play at Abilene Christian. Govs made the FCS playoffs a couple of years ago under Scotty Walden, who's now the head coach at UTEP. And that's going to be the goal here under second-year head coach Jeff Ferris. Can they pick up a 3rd down and 10 with 2:20 to go? Williams, as they play it cautiously up the middle. And Kristen Miller, another tackle.
And look, we talked a lot about Georgia being a young team. 54% of Georgia players are in their 1st and 2nd year in Athens. And it's just one of those things where the defense has played really well down the stretch. The question mark is the offense.
2-minute timeout. Back in a moment. Georgia hoping to be in the college football playoff as they were last year. Lost in the quarterfinals a season ago, of course. A couple of national titles here in recent years, 21 and 22 back-to-back. It's not been a vintage Georgia day. The fourth-ranked team having fits with Austin Peay out of the FCS. Governors are going to punt as they have waved the white flag. And we expect to see backup quarterback Ryan Puglisi for Georgia. And it's going to bounce into the end zone. You know, you got to really tip your hat to the Georgia defense today.
Thought they played really well. Look, for all the talk we've been saying about Georgia this and Georgia that, that unit right there, you give up one touchdown in 2 games played this year, 1 to Marshall, 2 field goals here, to a really feisty Austin Peay team. You see Puglisi right there, really like him, but look, the offense is the question mark for me. Like, they can run the football. That offensive line at times today and against Marshall, of course, a lot less competition, looked a little leaky in pass coverage.
Ryan Puglisi was a terrific high school baseball player in New England growing up. He's from Paxton, Massachusetts, but now in year 2 as a quarterback at Georgia. Josh McCray in at running back. We've not seen him yet today. Here's Jacoby White-Helton. He makes the catch. And we'll get to the sideline. Ryan Puglisi, are there going to be some people that would like to see more of this guy in the weeks to come?
That's a great question. And when you see him on film and when he's been able to do it and throw it, now granted it's 8 snaps, the physical tools are there. You know, talking to coaches, it was, hey, can he handle the playbook? Is he prepares definitely the right way, but just, you got to go out there and play, right? And you just look at him, and he looks the part. Like, I saw him down there in warm-ups, Clay, throwing the football, and it looked pretty dang good.
Well, he threw his first career touchdown pass last week, a fourth-quarter hookup with Elias Williams. For Williams, it was his first career catch. There you see Gunnar Stockton. His day is over. 26 of 34. 227 yards. No touchdown passes. And very little beyond 15 yards down the field in the passing game today.
We saw that in the game plan coming in, talking to the coaches. Just, hey, let's just try and figure it out. Oh, my, look at that throw.
Boy, he ripped it and right through the fingers of White-Helton. Should have been caught.
Stuff like that you see on film, right? And you saw it in the first game. I know it's one throw. I know it's incomplete in the box score, but this guy can really sling it. Looks off the safety. That's fit in there. That's an NFL-type throw right there, Clay.
He's got a big arm, boy.
Almost too big right there, huh?
So 3 and out for Georgia. We anticipate that the Govs will take knees to get out of here. And Georgia will get ready for Tennessee, a trip to Knoxville coming up next week. Half-minute left. We step aside. .30 seconds to go. 28-6. Georgia is going to go to 2-0. Wasn't pretty at certain times, but it's a win, and they will have Tennessee next week. Austin Peay will keep it on the ground to get that clock moving. At Tennessee, ABC 3:30 kick time. Georgia has won 13 of the last 15 against the Volunteers and 8 in a row. Should be a good ball game.
Should be. They got some stuff to fix in that film room, though. And I know Kirby Smart's the coach to do it. Offensively, just get Gunnar Stockton going. Defensively, they look good. Really nice win for the Bulldogs. A win's a win.
28-6, the final. That's going to do it from Athens. For Madison Fitzpatrick, Chase Daniel and company, I'm Clay Matvick. We say so long from Athens.